See a small movement. Okay, there we go. Cool. So, hello, I'm Malachi. This is probably, well, it's not the first stream, it's the second on this account. I had an account previously, though that's inactive, that had like, I don't know, 8, 10. Not exactly my first time, but I got a pretty good setup now. Well, as you can tell by the screen I'm using being a fucking square, it's not exactly like top tier, but not exactly necessary. Not my goal here. My main goal is to test it out, I guess. Just see if it works. Because I really need to, well, I guess it's not really a need, but it's a want that I want to get into streaming a little more. And there's wow. Cool. Let's see if that works. Basically, I want to okay, ow. That looked loud. Gonna need to work on that. Let's just put it to 30, 35.6. I wanted exactly 35. 2% volume. Let's see how loud that is. Looks a little too quiet. Let's put it at, oh geez, that's 1%. 5. Yeah, that looks better. See, this is what I mean. I want to get used to this because I guess I just want to have a sort of presence, I guess. Not really um how do I put this? I'm already pretty known in the Sonic hacking community for like decent code as you look at this clearly incomplete work here. And I guess I want to like branch out because oh right, yeah, the main reason I'm even doing shit like this. So it may surprise you to hear that I don't play many games. Like I really need to start playing video games. I think like maybe it was a month or two ago, I started playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Pretty good. I'm pretty sure I'm playing the worst version. It's the Xbox 360 version. It's on my Xbox One S though, so it's not the worst, although I don't think that one lags a lot, so it's not really like slim margins. Not really. The slight difference isn't really relevant. And like that's pretty much it. Like I haven't really played anything unless you count like the occasional romps in classic Sonic games, but like my brain is usually like shut. It's like a natural flow state. And I just noticed that this isn't covering the whole screen. Let me sort of... I guess that's it. Oh, wait, no. Studio mode. Nope, never mind. Just do to studio mode. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing. My main reason for streaming is an excuse to play games and like having like a slight acknowledgement of my existence beyond Discord servers. That, and I do have some pretty cool ideas for like VTuber stuff, like design and lore mostly. Put a little de-emphasis on design because I don't even have one. That, and the point of the lore is that it's kind of a shapeshifter, so variation, so the design isn't really... I can hear a dog. Not a dog, my dog. I noticed that I'm surprisingly not that good at English. Ironic, considering it's the only language I know. I mean, apparently I knew some sign language, but nah, not anymore. Yeah, I should probably just start coding. So the thing I'm doing right now is a general save system which supports multiple sorts of save types. It supports 16-bit word addressing, 8-bit odd address SRAM, which is pretty common. Same but for even. The one for Nito OS, which is pretty much just that but slightly different, and EEPROM flash. So I'm specifically doing flash instead of standard EEPROM because, well, standard for Mega Drive game EEPROM, because this one actually has decent methods of detection and some level of standardization. Because, well, let me pull up my EEPROM dev code. So I had to label all of these separately because they can be in entirely separate areas. This is specifically for Mega Man The Wily Wars. This can be like fucking here, this could be fucking there. This could just outright not exist. This could be bit 7, this could be fucking 4. It's completely... It has no standard whatsoever. Whereas Flash is based on... who did I say it was from? It's Doragasu, who is... might have said that wrong, but it's the guy who worked on Mega Wi-Fi, and technically also an 8 megabyte flat ROM alongside Mega Wi-Fi. So you just base it off of this exactly like I did with the PS2 keyboard protocol. Oh right, it's unfinished. Base it in exactly off of this, which is also what Retrolink is going to be using. So it's all like standardized, even if my code is I'm really utilizing the full 4 megabytes here. And saves work with a custom allocation where instead of having it all defined, it's structs. I have it with labels that aren't built into AS, so I can port them to ASM68K if need be. They just use the thing that's defined called struct NS which is either a DS or an RS in disguise. It's just an alias macro. And then it'll convert it into whatever the size it is. If it's only a word length, it only needs to add once, but if it's odd length, it'll add it twice, meaning it's in a proper address. And it'll just work, mostly, I guess. I'm not even sure anyone's watching, but hey, YouTube video. Very boring YouTube video, but still a YouTube video. That was very weird, YouTube. Thanks for that. And I still need to set up a checksum. Hivebrain made a CRC32 thing. CRC32 implementation. Which I could use that, but at the same time, it doesn't always need to be fancy, so might not be completely necessary in this case. I guess I could use a truncated variant because it doesn't actually entirely matter if it's a custom checksum or not, because the game is going to be handling it. It's all this code. Like, it's not going to be some external program, ideally. And if it is going to have an external program for fucking hackers or something, like, not my problem. And I already know how to read most of it, so like, I mean, the checksum would still be a little annoying, but again, not entirely my problem there. Sonic and Knuckles had a checksum. Where is it? SRAM. I am going to take some notes, but not too many, because, well, first off, I'd like it to be, like, my own thing, because it'd be more interesting like that. Ah, here we go. This is its checksum routine with AS labels. So it adds exclusive or the value as a word. If bit 0 is set, it'll add exclusive or magic number. Oh yeah, and it also bit shifts before that. This bit isn't entirely lost because it does the exclusive OR, so it's not actually not that bad. That's some decent variety. I'm mainly pausing here because I think I altered this. This is from Sonic 3 Dusted. I know I added some slight readability macros and quotations. Massive quotations. Yeah. Uh, Still better documentation than stock Sonic and Knuckles' disassembly. And I even added an earlier version of the struct setup. Uses phase and dephase, so it's actually easier to port to ASM68K this way, ironically. Because ASM68K has a version of this called Object, or OBJ, and OBJ End, I think. Oh yeah, and I also added a native support for changing these. Did I define? Fuck. Huh. Speaking of which, anime girl, I gotta tell that to the anime girl that I changed the profile, the wallpaper. Fuck. Can you tell I don't talk to people that often? I'm really trying to hold a conversation with absolutely no experience whatsoever. Not even being entirely hyperbolic there. I'm not the most social creature. Hmm. I guess I'll go with a basic no, it could be odd bite-sized. I'll go with the simple 8-bit checksum for now. Very simple checksum here. Just adds the bytes. Actually, now since the data is so small, I don't have to optimize it that much. This is just for common readability because generally on the Motorola 68000, a loop is either expected to be exactly its size or its size minus 1. So its size minus 2 isn't exactly a common. So I'm just doing that for readability and slight safety's sake. Actually, since I set the output to long word size, I should also do that to be safe. This has a very high probability of failure. I'm probably gonna go with the CRC32 later on. Or some does CRC16 exist? Because I think having 2 bytes for a checksum is relatively fine. CRC6. Oh yeah, it does exist. Cool. I shall look into that in the coming future. Cool. I usually do the to-dos eventually. Allow defining save set and input. Knowledge, but doesn't mean size requirements. See if starting later point is viable. I think I decided not to do that for safety's sake, so I'm gonna remove that. Yeah, that's 1 to the power of 2 exponent. I'm not sure if ASM68K supports that, but I know AS does. So it's an error at this point. Um, nuanced because. So as I said here, there could be a scenario where SRAM is too small but does exist. Currently, it just ignores it, even though here, if it's too big, I say it's valid. So there's a few holes. And CRC16, so that's pretty much everything. This calculates the sum, this checks the sum. Should I have a standard checksum check routine? Because it's pretty basic. Nah. I should also change the output checksum to D1 since everything else uses D0 for size and D1 for... Wait, hold on. No, it uses D0 for the index and D1 for the data, which can be the size, but not always. It is if it's a buffer, which this is. I'll stick with what it was previously then. Actually, AO still. What terminology did I use for this RAM buffer? Okay. So there's no specific checksum checking routine, but there is a calculation for the checksum routine. Ironically, just like Sonic 3. Okay. I should check if this is actually streaming on my YouTube. Seems to be. It's cool. Okay. I mean, since it's going to be word size, I guess for now I can do 2 to not, pressing 2 to not register. Thank you. Thank you, Windows. This probably isn't the best way to do this, but I guess it's good to allocate an additional register for the CRC16. Going off of this, it uses one for the loop, one for the initial value, one for general calculations. So pretty much the same, just a different usage. It's gonna annoy the hell out of me. Weird that it does though, considering the buffered ones do use D1. I guess it's for consistency with Hive Brain's CRC 632 since I'm doing 16. So this is basically a basic checksum 8 with a 16-bit addressing space. So if it overflows, it is in the higher byte, which adds some additional precision. Not a lot of variety though, unlike the Sonic 3 and Knuckles exclusive or magic number approach. What's he doing out there? Is that a bird? It was a bird. I guess they like the water ball. Cool. So this is some pretty decent consistency with where did it use A1? Ah, okay. So the only difference in the register usage is A0 instead of A1. Okay. Ironically, I do use A1 for the RAM buffers. Those kind of look gross with Nah, A0's for the save address. Oh yeah, I still need to do a read word and read long. Same for write word, write long. We'll start with word. And as you can see, I still need to work on the flash. I'm gonna separate that. Will still be the same. My main thought process here is that reads and writes shouldn't run into odd address errors, even if they're at an odd address. It appears someone's home. Shall deal with that shortly. So, I have to sort out a quick way to do that for each write, then do add, so on. I already have a fast way of doing that via stack manipulation, but it's kind of annoying to do that all the time. Where was it? Emu stress. There we go. Yeah, so like it's not impossible, it's just annoying. I was contemplating whether or not that should be done all the time. I also need to figure out if I should return null for reading save data when there's no save thing. So I need to sort that out. Yeah. It does it for read buffer save. I don't know why I stopped doing that for the hardware ones. Why'd I do that? The fuck is he? 1 second. Drums. Apparently, he's actually using his fucking drums. I got a fucking headache by walking there. And, it should be move P. I see Nito's, save thing being a really annoying for anything that isn't a byte. Because, how it works is that you need to do a word right, but it needs to be damn drums. All the bits need to be set. I know LSL 16 doesn't actually just represent them like this. That'll save me the hassle of having to explain that LSL 16 isn't a valid opcode. Not without using a register anyway. Why don't I just copy it? I'll say that's 24 for simplicity's sake. And that's the read long words done. I needed a read long for this, didn't I? No, I did a buffer. Okay. Well, let's see if it builds, just to be safe. Nope. Did something wrong. Oh, right, okay. Jump distance too big. Oh, read byte, not read. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And yes, I am using AS. I already know it's not. I have my reasons. There's method to the madness. Oh yeah, I still need to do the 16-byte alignment stuff for standard SRAM. And it builds. Right. It's honestly kind of beautiful when it all comes together. This is easy, but just kind of annoying to look at. But right long Nito, specifically Nito, that's gonna be a pain. I also noticed this like that doesn't make a difference, it just kind of looks wrong. Alright. I already know word is gonna need its own thing. Let's put it after. First, let's do Nito. Now, how do I go about this? Let's refer back to My brain just farted there. Lovely. Okay. I think I have a plan. At least for the word right. So that will shove the entirety of that into stack, and then pull the high byte into the low byte of DO while retaining that. For long words, I think I'll go with a rotate shift approach. We'll increment to there. Then we put the low byte of D1 into DO. I guess we could use stack, but nah. That will do that. Whether it increments or not doesn't really matter. I won't. Now, right even. Wait. Oh, yeah, here it is. I was wondering why even wasn't using C word. Can you guess what the C word is? Also, I just realized that long word rights fundamentally do not work. Absolutely brilliant. I think I have a plan for that, but I'm gonna hold off until I get the actual this sorted. Yeah, well, that's bugging the hell out of me. Never mind. All of them overwrite AO. And this is always 2 bytes. It's always proper signed 16-bit. And it will jump into the appropriate address in the lookup table, all without using a data register. Let's see if that builds. Then I gotta do a speed comparisons. I'm gonna open up VSC for that. Well, it's already slightly bigger. All right, let's open VSC. Open save domain. Toggle cycle counts. Scroll all the way to the fucking bottom. As opposed to the non-fucking bottom. 32. 26. So this is slightly faster. I mean, speed isn't a massive concern, but size definitely is. I'm gonna look at documentation real quick. So the basic doc. There we go. Let's go to JMP. Scroll way down. I mean, realistically, I can swap out the swap instructions for like a push and pop, like getting from the stack, but it's just annoying. And it mostly just affects writes. Reads are fine. Because they overwrite D1, whereas writes need to maintain D1. But I want to maintain consistency with all of them. Like, then again, I'm already not maintaining consistency. You know what? I'll be consistent with the reads and consistent with the writes, but not consistent between them. This will remove 1, 2, 3, 4 swaps each, which means it saves 3 bytes overall. 6 bytes, but I'm counting every... I'll say 6 words overall, because that's actually what I was meaning to say. Technically should have been 4 because null is meant to maintain it. So technically I'm fixing a code bug too. cool. You know it does. Huh? I guess I'm... Oh, wait, I just realized. Swap adds another byte, meaning I'm actually just overall saving bytes here. Cool. Still probably a little slower, but I'll take what I can get. My main concern is size. Generally speaking, most games have a saving please wait screen, so SRAM, even with all of this, is the fastest. So it's not really a massive concern if it takes a while. You'd be going for the lowest common denominator, which would probably be EEPROM, due to its complications in communication compared to just writing to a dedicated RAM. Dedicated RAM. Okay, I gotta sort out writes to words. Let's look at how I handled reads. I just realized that I need to do that to D1, not DO. And that's completely inverted from what I want, I think. So I may need to do rotations. I don't need to do add Q because this is Word. That will set the high word. Send the high word. Set the low word. Send the low word. Obviously, this is scalable to read long, so I'm gonna copy it already. But I want a slightly faster approach. I'm gonna do this. This will copy the low one to D1, move the high one. Actually, I can already do a LSR in that case, meaning I can save even more. Meaning... So DO equals D1 rotation shift 8. And then DO gets overwritten for the status. I mean, I could just be lazy here, but I mean, I already have to care about this, so... Do I? Probably just use a swap. That'll be two swaps, never mind. First, I should rename this to right long, Because this is gonna take a long time. Ironically, I think doing the flash is gonna take even longer. The luxury you have with read long is that it's it's from RAM, meaning it starts from the highest word to the lowest word, and you increment from there. With a data register, you're working from lowest to highest, but you gotta send it from highest to lowest. And it's easier to work the first way than the other way. Just ever so slightly. I can't just be lazy in this case and do this. But I actually take pride in my coding skills, and this is not only boring, but just fucking slow. Compared to this, like, I'm clearly willing to optimize my writes here, so... Speaking of optimizing my writes... I can do that, as I did with this. Oh, wait. That's because of that, right. Never mind. Never mind. So I fucking love you. Even though what I'm complaining about is the Oct Games Fire Core. Hmm. Hmm. Why are people still joining the GitHub Madness 3 server? Guys, it's done. It's over. It's GitHub Manover. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna do the this for this as well. I'd rather have it be functional first and foremost. Besides, it's not that much slower than say fucking EPROM is gonna be. And I say all of that without even a proper implementation. Oh wait, I do. Yeah. I took some notes from Wily Wars, so I got a decent thing here. It doesn't account for waiting periods though. Where's the Wily Wars dump? That's the... there we go. If you're wondering what that is, I'm writing an anti-piracy screen. I think this is actually a sort of detection method, so I'm gonna leave that be. How they handle waiting for SCL is that they hmm, they stall. If you're wondering why this is slightly bigger than this, even though they're connected in a way that this should be smaller than this, basically this was 8 instead of 4, and I decided to truncate them so this falls into this. It's still functionally identical, it's just practical, you know? Like it actually doesn't actually waste any real space anymore. And it does that for pretty much every single bit. And yes, I did not say byte, bit. Okay. So I mostly have to account for EPROM anyway. I think most of the save data access stuff should be safe as tasks, as long as vertical blank code isn't in between the SRAM start. Generally speaking, code isn't in that area anyway, so that, or I could add a check that disables things, then re-enables them. Wouldn't be too hard. Turn failure. All right. Null. That returns failure. That does not. All right, because it's using Nito. Move Nito here. Ditto. I guess I'll make them consistently 1 instead of -1. That is that. Cool. Oh, right, I still need to do these. Fuck. Ironically, these ones are the easiest. guess I should make the order even odd word and all that because generally the actual code is with the odd one and the even one sort of leeches off of that. Nito is inconsistent because sometimes the code can be copied, other times it needs its own approach, mostly with writes. I think sometimes with reads as well. Hold on. Huh. Always with writes, never with reads. Let's see if that builds. Nope. What now? RTSDO? Those seem related. 592. Ooh. I can hear that. Oh, fucking football too. Hmm. Would work on this more, but it's more of a game specific thing because some games could have very specific requirements a game that I have planned, for example, will check the entirety of the save, like size, and try to use as much as it reasonably can. It has a planned replay system, kind of like Doom replays, but not. It's actually for a bullet hell type game. I've already done the 3-pad and 6-pad inputs, technically. That includes the wait timer and accounting for specific lesser used buttons like the left trigger on a Sega Saturn controller, which I do support, by the way, and the start button, which generally shouldn't be pressed during a replay because pause buffering. But it is accounted for regardless. What is a massive concern here is that I'm not just supporting those, I'm supporting the mouse, the keyboard. Keyboard singular as if isn't fucking plural. There's 3 of them. Technically there's 2 mice, but one of them comes with a keyboard. Or can be fucking dual wielded on one. Getting ahead of myself. TLDR, trying to make a lossless controller input system that also accounts for game settings, because sometimes people don't use the default settings. Cough, cough. 3-button controller users. And, well, there are simply too many combinations that could easily flood a static input system. I'm pretty sure the Sonic games handled it with a raw system that has button inputs and a timer. I think Sonic 2 made it the most readable. Demo level. Demo script pointers. Demo Emerald Hill Zone. Yeah. It's quite simple. Input, timer. Input, timer, input, timer. Till the end of eternity. The game I have planned, it is very likely that people are going to have incredibly twitchy inputs. Keep in mind, this was for game demos, where they had to demonstrate the... What? I have to look into that. They had to demonstrate the game's capabilities in a fairly reasonable, human-friendly manner. They should have just used the labels. This is the full 255, okay. Brilliant, brilliant programming, guys. Absolutely stellar. But like, for my one, they can have incredibly twitchy inputs, and it's all determined by the user, not, they're not hard-coded. They're gonna be in save RAM. So like, well, I do support the capability of them being in ROM. It's just that they're not always gonna be. I'm not always supporting demos, like built-in demos. They're the edge case, the outlier, you know? The main thing I'm accounting for is user-generated inputs. And a lot of them. When I mean a lot, I mean like fucking multi-taps, fucking mice, keyboards. I'm pretty sure I have code for the activator as well. Sega activator. Oh yeah, and the analog controllers. Oh boy. Oy vey. How do I even go about the analog? I've clearly put a lot of thought into this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I still need to move the pen over. Need to move the pen somewhere else. Build error. Ah, right. The way I'm handling the code right now is kind of a mess. It does need some refactoring, to put it lightly. I came up with the Pico IO first, and that made sense to use structs to set some stuff up. So then I copied that over for the Mega Drive IO. Not my brightest move. I'll say that much. So red is generally B, but I moved it to C. I'll move the pen to A. It doesn't matter if I set it to B because I made sure that wouldn't cause conflicts. I just want to set it to A so it's I mean I could use LT. Nah. Nah. Okay. Still got a bunch of stuff to sort out. But all of that's functional in quotations. Like it all it's not in quotations. It works. It's just not far from the best way of handling things. Save stuff. That's joypad stuff. Okay. Let's set up initiation. If not, that'll cause an error. So that'll cause it an init. Gotta I gotta properly separate these things. Oh. It's very scatterbrained, but I'm mainly thinking about this from short short addressing. I guess that doesn't really, never mind, that doesn't really make sense. That's an S16. That should be fine. Probably put on some audio for myself. Hmm. There we go. Actually, I can probably give them all individual values. That's 7 and 9. 8 and 8. Just to clarify, this is just like basic things I came up with. Obviously, they're Sonic based because of that. Let's say the lowest is 1,000. Gamer here. Absolute god gamer. And then it writes the buffer to save RAM just to be safe. If it has an error, it does an illegal. If save is corrupted, where's corrupt handled? I gotta handle that in current, right. And if it inits, then we set zero for 1 for init save data. What do I call this instance? Paid save data. Folder save data. Since those two are still valid, and these end up being invalid. Corrupted will likely act as if it's corrupted save data. Repairably corrupted save data. I guess I still need to sort out all the edge cases. The assumption is that since SRAM, the string will never get touched. If that doesn't exist, then it's being initiated for the first time. But if SRAM has a fatal error, it'll not be as such. So that could be a signifier of irreparably corrupted save data. Whereas corrupted save data would be like the main thing got destroyed, but the copy is still obtainable. That's why the buffer, the copy exists, just so if the main gets corrupted at all, not cause significant problems. Generally speaking, that's why that exists. Do I have the entry here? No, I don't. hardware piece entry. So how this works is that it'll always initiate the save file for every hard reset and soft reset, but it will only try to find the save every hard reset. That's how that works. I guess I could make it so if it... If a flag in SRAM type isn't set properly, because I could squeeze that in somewhere and do an AND mask. Then theoretically, I could call find save in init save and it function properly, I guess. That wouldn't work for this. You'd need an extra thing, then you'd add that to that, but you'd need a data register for that, and none of them are free. And I can save and restore from stack, but at a certain point, it's just... Ideally, you'd just assume nothing goes wrong. I need to add assertions. That's what I need to do. Oh yeah, I still need to do a Nito thing. Ironically, I haven't, I don't have the necessary hardware to test Nito OS, because I opened up a second Firefox. Don't use the first. Ugh. Browser's unbelievable. Can do it again? Nope. Cool. So the thing is... Actually, I can show you this. Nito OS, or Nito MD-DOS, as it's formally called, not formerly, it's still called that. I just call it Nito OS. It's actually called Nito MD-DOS. Okay, the thing is, it only works on one's versions of the Redkit 2500 processor that actually allow updates. I have what is pretty much a standard Fire core, which does not allow that. Higher SD RAM could be used as RAM. Who was that? Billy. And the thing is, the consoles that are compatible with that is the 2011 2017 Mega Drive Classic version and the Pack Games Flashback. So, not the Fire Core. Ain't that just fucking wonderful, ain't it? So what other scenarios could there be? Um, it's 0 because otherwise it's just gonna go down further and further. And it really shouldn't be. Hmm. Oh, right. Right. There was this one comment that I ended up seeing briefly on my last live stream. YouTube thinks I saw it, even though I didn't. It says, do you worship Moloch? Do I worship Moloch? Fuck is Moloch? It appears in Hebrew Bible several times. Deity associated with biblical sources of the practice of child sacrifice. Hebrew king, worship shame. The king of shame, or the shameful king, or the shamed king. Child eating fallen angel. So there is a consistency of it being a something child sacrifice. Interesting. And apparently Moloch is also known as Baal. Baal a demon, he is a demon. Yeah. Beelzebub is practically Mothra. Why the fuck did that come up? So, and also Moloch is a harmless, spiny lizard of grotesque appearance which feeds chiefly on ants found in the arid inland of Australia. Never heard of that before. Moloch lizard. Oh, wait, no, I think I've seen this thing. Okay. Hmm. Definitely not as cute as a bearded dragon, but not the worst looking lizard. Of course they call thorny devils Moloch. Again, child sacrifice. Yeah. Hmm. What to say? What to say? They're cute, but you're a dragon lover, personally. Bro thinks in Bro thinks I worship a demon because I have the name of the fucking guy who wrote the Bible. Or the guy who something message. I don't fucking know. What was Malachi's significance in the Bible? Malachi Bible. Malachi, last book of blah blah blah. Canonically. Ugh. I like how they use the term canonically, but still say that it's not a story, it's actual reality, even though it's religion. What did Malachi say about Jesus? His helpful words 400 years before Christ was born. Behold, I send my messenger here the way before me. Let's see this temple, Mr. Blah. I recall hearing that it's debatable if Malachi was even a real person because his name quite literally means messenger. Probably not for that exact reason, but yeah, quite literally means messenger. In this case, being a messenger for God before, you know, his son came to be. Damn. I can't believe this Taz guy beats his runs before they even come out. He's so good. Very good. Should probably make sure this save stuff builds. That it does. Let's make sure it actually fucking works. And yes, I have supported the XE1 app. Geek Analog Controller. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let's give let's set the lives to 3 because Sonic continues to 1 because I'm a lenient, I guess. And now let's run the ROM. Oh. It ran. Look at SRAM. Hmm. Okay. So that's the version. That's save 1. That's all of that. That's the copy save. Okay. It actually fucking works. Cool. Yeah. For some reason it defaults to FF and its bytes. That due to something I set? No, that can't be right. Now, I should probably add checks to the data from init SRAM. One. Save size. Hmm. 1 second. Okay. Save output D6. That's already done. And this is D7, as I already said. 7. Save it. Time to pull out that hex editor again. Hex viewer, not editor. This will display stuff in game. Wow. That should be 32 bytes. Am I building a Pico ROM? No. So it's simply not acknowledging. Oh, no, 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 no. That is terrible. Okay. So the size is significantly bigger than it actually is. Good to see. Good times all around. It says that it initiated every time, even though it didn't. Unless I didn't bother. Yeah, I didn't change it yet. Init sets to 0. Successful 1, successful old is 2. And the others haven't been implemented yet. Wait. Why is that working when I haven't opened SRAM? Okay. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's just make sure it does. In the event that this fails and it tries to close it again, it won't, yeah. One FFFFO. Is that hole because of, right, that. Let's add that back for accuracy's sake. Actually, that caused an error. Flip variety, okay. Type lookup table. Oh, no wonder. Okay. Where can I shove that? That should do it. Exactly 1,000. Extends well beyond that range. Hold on. Might need to have that. Hmm. So it's 0. Huh? How can that be? Oh. Hmm. It's failing one of the early checks. So 1 to the power of 2 is 1, right? Right. And 3 to the power of 2 is... Oh. So this completely falls flat. Fuck it. Oh. Okay. Still not acknowledging. We need to go through a cycle by cycle debugger. Alright, first let's try clown on DMU. Oh wait, no, it doesn't show the opcodes when doing that. Exodus. It's a fucking... breakpoints. Trace. No. Assembly. There we go. Add breakpoints at new location 3798. Anyone pause? Oh, right. Run. Now, hard reset. Into. Also show the registers while I'm here, because it's kind of an important part of all this. Okay. Wait. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was perfectly fine. Okay, it's going completely as expected. Gonna be here a while though. That's kind of bad considering this thing has a fucking data leak. Memory leak. Data leak. Memory. It has a terrible one. Terrible memory. Okay. So it properly saves into D6. D6 is properly set at the time where it needs to save the data properly. Did I not? I did. Oh no, it does do it properly on Exodus. And it properly does it on Blastum. I was just blind. I am just blind. I need to actually show this stuff more. I'm pretty sure you could hear all the fucking... Yeah, you can hear it, even with the gate. Like, it has a... I was constantly clicking the mouse. So this, debugging stuff. Out the window. It's not really debugging stuff as it is expected that the developers can go like use whatever size they want and acknowledge that the save got corrupted and initiated and so forth for like say a screen that you can set your language to. The Cursed Knight has a good example, though I'm not sure if it does saves. Do I have a copy of the Cursed Knight? No, but I do have Astabros. Close enough. So it oh, look. It has an initialize SRAM screen. See, that's exactly what I was going for. And then it has this, though I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually save what selection you make. I did a hard soft reset. Just to be safe. Yeah, it doesn't save the language. But it did have that S fucking... I'm not hearing that fucking stupid-ass jingle multiple times ad nauseum. Don't show it all the fucking time. The splash screen. So, yeah. It had that text there when it acknowledges that you're initializing SRAM. That's what I want, D7's output in its save to accomplish. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go play Astabros. Damn it! I didn't copy my save. Why does it show the completion as an option? Put on the continue. Fucking stupid. Window mode. I like how there's a small, like I can see a. Oh, I thought it was screen tearing. It just doesn't update fast enough. Is that shadow? Yeah, it's shadow mode. Then it disables shadow mode. And uses the fucking dithering. As if it accomplishes the exact same thing. And as if you couldn't have used sprites. Uh, I forgot what you were. Yeah, down and C. Okay. Oh my god, it's a cloaked guy. I think I think he's the evil one. Gravity. Ah, it's those ones. Okay. So this is a normal scepter, pretty basic fireball. Oh my god, I found a Dungeon map. Hmm. Oh, I could have saved someone. God damn it. Time pauses. I didn't get to read all of that. Partially my own fault, but fuck you. Maybe I'll find another key. Yeah. Wait. Damn. Okay. Or damage if I attack on the ground. Cool. Oh no. That is the first time I've been able to actually defeat a mimic. The mimic! Unlocked for Ragnarok. Damn. Hmm. Oh, got nothing else to do. There we go. Oh, hold on. Common gravity. Or common gravity. Oh, what do I choose? Is this the same? Hold on. No. Sorry, I thought it was the exact same, even though this game is procedurally generated. Hmm. That will literally kill me. And that'll not do much, so no. Neither. Oh god. That thing is fucking ruthless. Why the fuck am I dashing? Fucking. I go there, I reach the boss. Okay. There's my extra health if I need it. Hmm. Okay. Not a mimic. Okay. Right, this is where the mimic was. Oh, right. Okay. Other way. Oh, shit. Okay, got a ton of health if, whatever this is ends up killing me. Hmm, no keys. Did I end up going up there? Indeed I did. Right, of course I did. To reap my reward. Face this. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck. Okay. I clearly wasn't ready for any boss aside from that. Now that I have that, I can check its save file data. I'm not planning to change it, just Jesus Christ, it's 32 kilobytes. What are they doing? Storing a whole ass level in there? If you aren't aware, they're doing procedural generation. Actually, I should probably check if anyone's still watching this shit. Still, as if that implies people were watching in the first place. Okay, how do I go back to viewing the stream as a creator? Edit? No. Analytics. There we go. There we go. Yeah, nothing. Oh well. Gotta get experience somehow. I've enjoyed myself. That's what matters. Need to get used to talking more. I also need to get used to actually showing what the fuck I'm doing. This file is mostly empty. Wow, it's almost like I didn't progress far enough. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna end it here. Huh? 3 viewers, but there's only been Yeah? What? Yeah, I'm still probably gonna end it here, because I've been here a while. Hmm. I don't have an end card, so... Uh... I want to show something, but I don't know what I want to show. You know what? I think I'll show some good words of advice from Cranky Kong. Sorry, Funky Kong. Can you tell I'm not a Kong enthusiast? Yeah. I think we could learn a lot from Funky Kong. Could learn so much words of wisdom. Damn. Let's show another thing. Thank you, Windows. Oh wait, no, that was the other thing. Well, hearing screaming, so I'm gonna end it here. Bye bye.